Hello guys. So we are going to have another streaming. So another day, another streaming, and another Hack the Box machine. Um, so today we are doing UpDown from Hack the Box, as I said, and yeah, I will quickly show you um, what would be the view from the Hack the Box platform. I'm just opening some things in the background. Okay, let's go. So I hope you can see the screen, you can see me, and also hear me in a proper way. Also, let me know if the music is too loud, because I got a feedback from a friend that the music was too loud the last time. So I would appreciate if you can confirm that now, or maybe in the future. So as you can see, here is the machine up down. I will close Steam, then we will not have any kind of pop-up going around. So I did this machine some time ago. The machine was released the 3rd of September of 2022. And yeah, it's a medium machine, Linux, and it's a retired machine, so that means that you have, in this case, the guided mode, write up machine information to see which kind of vulnerabilities we are gonna exploit, and so on. So to make a summary of this machine, it's basically a machine that has a website. Within the website there is a directory where Git is stored. So we are gonna dump the Git repository, check the code, and then we will see that there is a special HTTP header to be able to reach one subdomain, and then we will be able to exploit file upload, and then use PHP wrappers to be able to get remote code execution. And once we are inside, we are gonna be able to pivot the first user, or yeah, to perform our first privilege escalation through SUID Python script. Then we will get access to the first user called developer, and from there we are gonna see that the user has sudo privileges to execute easy install, and then we will be able to execute a malicious script and then get access as root, right? So this is time to spawn the machine. I had some issues before trying to spawn the machine. I hope now works. This is the issue of doing the live streamings of machines. I hope doesn't break or something like that. So I hope, guys, you enjoy the last streamings or videos, and if you are watching this, yeah, feel free to answer, or I'm sorry, to ask anything in the comments or now in the chat. So yeah, let's see. Let's see if this machine works or not. It takes some time, but hopefully it will start. So also I'm doing another machine, an active machine is the Soul. I don't remember the name. I think it was Soulmate. Yeah. Actually, I got the first. Let's say I got access. I was able to execute code and get my reversal. But honestly, I'm a little bit lost now. I don't know where to go. I'm still doing the enumeration to be able to to see if I can get the privilege escalation. Actually, it was a hard machine, even if it's a easy one. It took me some time to identify how to get the remote code execution, and it was kind of annoying, to be honest. But in the end, I was able to get the code executed. Let's see. Still doesn't want to work today. Let's see. Yeah, this is one of the things that, I mean, it's really annoying. It takes a bit of time until spawns the machine. So I guess I can show you the machine I'm doing on the site. Actually, I'm trying. Sorry. So would be I usually like to rank the machines from user rated difficulty and then go through them until the last one and then start with the hard and insane machines. So I'm doing the soulmate one. So let's see. I think it will take me between, maybe I will get it before the weekend, I hope. And then I will be able to go through the rest of them. So hopefully I will get it in some point. So we got our machine, our IP. So let's start, right? So as always, as I did on the rest of the streamings, the first thing that we should do is basically port scan. And in this case, we are gonna use nmap as we do always. And as you can see, I have already, the terminal is suggesting me the command that I'm always using. So we are gonna run our TCP scan over all the open ports and also run to check for versions and run default scripts over those open ports. And that will help us basically to quick identify what would be the attack surface of this machine. So we can see that there is the port 80 available. So we are gonna start opening Burp Suite, because when it's a Linux machine and then there is a website hosted, most of the time we are gonna be playing with Burp Suite in case that there is a customized application running on that server. And yeah, we will need to analyze the request and check our own payloads and so on. So let's say that it's good to have already open our Burp Suite. And I don't know honestly why my Kali machine is going crazy, the CPU. Okay, maybe it's Burp Suite. Yeah. Okay, let's open the browser and save some time opening the website. We are going to copy this because of course I won't remember the IP every time. So here it is. There is HTTP title called Is My Website Up? The version of Apache, well, looks, what would be the procedure behind this? Something to do is we check for the versions. So we are gonna check for, fast exploit related to some software or services versions. So we can use search exploit to look for the exact version. Nothing. We can do something like this and then verify if there is any exploit that fits our service. In this case, I already know that there is nothing that will allow us to get access through this service, at least known. And yeah, so we are gonna focus on the service running, the website running on the server. So we are gonna go there, and there you go. So at the first glance or first instance, we can think that this site is vulnerable to SSRF. Okay, so something that we can do here really quick would be check the source code. Of course, I don't have Wapalizer here, but we can open our Firefox where I have the plugin. Close one. Open it here. Check with Wapalizer. There is nothing that could help us right now. So I guess this would be, let's say, the domain name, the bhost of the place. So something that we can do actually is set up a provisional web server. We are gonna do it here. I'm gonna use the port 80. So yeah, so like I was saying, we are gonna check really quick. So at the first point, this looks like server-side request forgery, but how we can quickly, or how this works is basically you can reach external source and load it on the vulnerable website. Let's say that you could theoretically load, for example, files inside the server, right? So it's a typical SSRF attack. The attacker may cause the server to make a connection to internal only services within the organization infrastructure. That means that we can use the same website to load resources from the server and disclose some confidential information or credentials or configuration that they shouldn't be exposed, right? So something that we can do really quick would be, let's see if we can reach our temporal server. This would be my IP. And we can go here and then check if we receive. Let's put the debug mode. Okay, so we get that the HTTP, our temporal side is up, and we have here the debug mode. So yeah, he is listing my tools. And then let's check our temporal website. We can see, well, I mean, after a while, let's say doing this enumeration, we will notice that this website is not vulnerable to SSRF, but something we can do is, for example, check for localhost and then index.html and use the. So yeah, probably we are going in the wrong side, so we can try again, right, with the IP and then index, or just like this maybe. Yeah, it's up, so let's try it again, maybe with a file. Debug mode. Yeah, so probably it's nothing. So once we get stuck doing some first checks and everything, also we can check the proxy. here. So yeah, we can see the request. We have two parameters, side and the back. In case we want, we can play around and so on, specify different parameters to check if these parameters are being executed in the background by the server or whatever thing. But after a while, in case this would be the first checks, right? Because we are in the enumeration phase, so I wouldn't spend that much time just going through the website. So we did some first enumeration. The next thing we should be doing would be checking, for example, the source code to see if there is any kind of hint within the source code, any comment, any version, library, JavaScript code, and so on, and that would be really helpful. So in this case, there is nothing, so the next natural movement would be to perform a, let's say, basic enumeration like robots.txt to see if there is any directory that it was the owner was trying to hide and so on. There is nothing. Also, we can run automated tools like Nikto that will enumerate basic things from the website, and we can give it a shot just to show you how it would work. So we can run Nikto h and copy the website, and then this will start running. We are gonna leave it in the background just to see if there is any let's say something that could be interesting. And next would be the next natural movement would be the enumeration of the directories within the website. So we are gonna use tier search and the website there, and then this will start the enumeration of the website, and hopefully we'll get really fast the first view or the first hints in the machine, and then we will be able to gather some information with value and will help us to find the path for the next steps. Okay, Nikto working, this working. So there is different tools to make directory enumeration. We can use FOOF, dir search, yeah, a bunch of more. I would suggest don't stick to one. Try to use different ones. For example, let me, here we have like I said, dir search, FOOF, GoBuster, and there is a bunch of tools that open source that you can use. Just stick to several ones because sometimes you can find something with one tool and another. And of course, if you run the tools by default and you don't find nothing, make sure that you test different word lists, because sometimes the default word lists on the tool, they don't identify all the directories. And of course, not all the time the word list that you are using or you always use will identify everything. So we can check here that we have an interesting directory. It's called dev, and Nikto is still running. So while it's running, we are going to check dev. Okay, so it doesn't show nothing, so there is no index available in this directory. So we are gonna run again dir search, but specifying the dev directory. There is a parameter if you, let's say, if we want to, let's say, enable the recursion of dir search, we can do it. So we will avoid to run twice the command, right? So we are scanning and bingo, we were able to detect Git repository And what does it mean? That means that we are gonna be able to dump the Git repository and analyze whatever code is there. So to be able to dump the code, there is a tool on GitHub, is public. It's called Git Dumper. I have it already on my toolset, but basically you can use it. Feel free. The creator is, I don't know how to pronounce this, but you can see it on my screen. It's very easy to use and really good. So make sure that you use the tool or whatever tool you have in your preference. So I'm gonna use this one, git dump, and how was the way to use it, the website and the directory we want to save. So would be http da, 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 da. I'm gonna just copy this. Git, if I remember correctly, yeah, yes. And then I'm gonna tell that I wanna save it here. Oh, nice. So we are gonna install break. Yeah, I'm not using environments for my Python stuff, so yeah, oh my god. So I would need to go to my toolset and install where is uh, it oop okay, here git dumper, okay, git So yeah, we are gonna install the requirements, then UpDown, and I hope now we can run our git dumper. How? No host. Oh yeah, sure. Sometimes, no. So now we are getting the code. So we are getting the code from, just to make, I will move this to the left side. You will see really quick what I have done. I went to, yeah, to my toolset, find git dumper, go to the git dumper, install the requirements, the libraries that I needed to, to run the Python tool, and then I was able to run the dumper and successfully specify where was the git repository and save it on the folder here. So if I open or list my directory, we are gonna see all the files from the website, right? So I'm gonna basically check index, for example. So there is the checker. So there is another PHP reference checker. Yeah, well, there is a lot of code, right? So would be great if we can go through all of it, right? So let's say that once you get all the Git files, you can go through actually all, let's say you can go through the files, analyze the code, but it depends of the context, right? Because in this case, this website doesn't, let's say, give you an interaction with the user that allows you to get a code execution, or you are able to upload files or something, you have just an input, and then yeah. And if we check the index PHP, there is nothing special, like really, let's say, special, right? Well, this is called admin panel. This is only for developers. So here is something curious. Looks like this is not actually the panel we are checking right now. This looks different. There is some kind of, filter here. Interesting, right? So what we are gonna do right now is to check the git log, and we will see all the commits here. We can see based on the time 2015, this would be the first one. The file http access was created, index, update .htaccess, new technique in the header to protect our dev host on the http access. That's a great hint, actually. So, and also a great hint would be the bhost. What means the bhost? That means that we will need actually to modify our host file to try to add that dev host. To do that, we are gonna modify our host file, open it. I have the IP around here. Nope. Again, I will need to copy this. And then, if I remember correctly, how was the domain? Site is up. So we are gonna add this one, and then dev dot site is up, save it, close, and let's go. Dev dot site is up dot HTTP. Oh, so we don't have access to it, but if we remember, actually the commit, it says new technique in the header to protect our dev host, bhost. So let's check the file, the bhost. So if we do cat, set if no case special dev only for dev required header. That means that the website will be served just in case the header only for dev is there, right? So we are gonna need somehow to inject this special dev header with the value only for dev. So to do that, I don't remember the plugin actually. Plugin inject header Firefox. Well, yeah, Firefox. We can try this one. Well, let me check another one if I'm able to identify. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, the things of let's say using a new a fresh machine is that you don't have the usual tools installed. So we are gonna open modify header value, open options, and then here we are gonna stop, configure dev dot site is up.hv. The header name was special dev, and then only dev, only dev. Okay, so active, so now we should be able to site is app.htv. There you go. So now we are able to get access to this website for that. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't load the style sheet. It should be, yeah, it should be there. Yeah, I don't know. So there is a list of websites to check. Changelog, admin panel. Okay. It looks like nothing. But the thing is, why doesn't show me actually the okay, I get this forbidden thingy. Even though I have the header configured. Well, so now we can see the index, right? Let's try to take a look of index.php. So we can see that here, right, page is equal to the parameter page, and if doesn't match any of these ones, right, okay, yeah, let's try to check the checker. Let's try to play around. I think that would be the best thing to do. Let's add it here that we have portrait. Yeah, this machine is a little bit more complex than the usual ones. So we are gonna need to spend some time preparing the tools to be able to exploit the first vulnerability. So now, good. So we are gonna create a list of places. Nano check.txt. Why not? Okay, so we can save this actually and go to machines, up, down, check. and check the sites. Let's see what happens. It's running. Yeah, we should get soon the answer. There you go. So our site is up. That would be our temporal website. We have it here. And whoa, yeah, here. So seems to be down, seems to be down, seems to be down, and it's up. So we know that we don't have external access, right? So let's try to see if there is any directory that is interesting, right? So we are gonna deb site is up. Oh wait, because we don't have the header, but something we can do is index. So if doesn't match any of these repositories, we'll load checker, right? So we are gonna do nano on checker and start to verify where is the upload method, or yeah, you know, yeah, here we have the comment of upload file, move upload file, temporal name in the final path, and what's that final path? Okay, here create directory to upload our file uploads. So let's verify that directory. There you go, we have file, but it's empty. So let's try again. Check, and what about now? Okay, another one, and there you go, we have our file here. So we are able to upload files to the server and we have access to it, right? So let's try to generate a reverse shell. Well, maybe not a reverse shell, something more simple. A PHP info and try to upload it, and let's see what happens. PHP info.php. So PHP info, done. I think it's like this, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. Not sure. Not sure now if it's in this way. Let's double check it. Yeah, I'm missing this thing. Yeah. 6 p.m. doing streaming of cybersecurity, I think after working is nuts. You know, my brain is already, you know, hurting me. So you can imagine I'm double checking everything. So, okay, we have our PHP. We are going here, select, where it is here, select and check. Extension not allowed. Okay, nice. We have our proxy, our burp suite. We are gonna check the history and what is this? No. Here. Yeah, here. We are gonna use repeater. So there you go. There is a PHP file. The extension is not allowed. So something that we can do is basically try to bypass that. To bypass that, we are gonna use some basic, well, I wouldn't say basic, but we are gonna try to avoid that restriction. So what about changing I don't know. Let's try PHP. We are gonna pum 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 pum. Then auto scroll doesn't allow me with PHP. What about no. Okay, I have a bunch of lists here. Let's give it a shot to everything really quick, just to identify really quick if there is any PHP 7, a version that allow us to pass that restriction. But what happens if we put just info.info? Oh, sweet. Yeah, we were able to upload the file. So what happened if I click here? Oh, it disappeared. So let's try again. Send. Oh. Okay. Somehow something is behind deleting like really fast, right? Really fast the files. So something we can do is try it with different, let's say, methods and extensions. So something we can do is, I know because I did this machine, that trying with zip. Oh, nice. Does it is not allowed? Okay. Okay, doesn't allow to do this, but what happened? So this it's allowed. And what about zip info? And let's zip basically the PHP on a different name. So now if I go here and then get this and check it, it was uploaded. I think it's this one. Oh, nice. Okay, so we are able to upload the malicious file, right? And then if we click here, it doesn't work, right? Or maybe it's already deleted. Yeah. So we are gonna need to do this quick. So there is a way of reading zip files with PHP. So to do that, we are gonna use PHAR, and that allow us to basically read the things. Let me verify this. Index. Oh, wait. Index. Okay, so now we are going to try to upload the zip file, and using phar read that file. Okay, so we have already the payload, and where is the proxy and where is the request? Target the okay, we have this page equal admin that we can use to try to load, you know, because if we go like to admin, is if I remember correctly, cat admin php cat index dot da, 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 da. So we have this href that checks for this to load the admin PHP, right? So what we are gonna do is to use this parameter to try to load the malicious PHP that is embedded on a zip file using phar. So to do that, we are going to choose. So we are gonna prepare already the payload. So I'm going to duplicate this and then use, well, we can do it here. We are gonna prepare it here. So as example, we can phr uploads, copy the URL as example, for example, this. So this would be the path, right? So if we quickly upload the info, check, and then check here, info.info. I think I need that. I forgot this. No? This is only for developers. Then, oh wait, index.php, because we are using the parameter page. Types it, site is up. I think the issue here is that there is no file anymore. Okay, let's try again. Here. Here. Okay, doesn't want to do it with full suite. Probably it's because I'm not getting correctly. Let's try it like this. Okay, so let me check my notes. It was like this. Nope. Yeah, I think I'm missing something, but I don't remember. again is gone. Info, upload, and here you go. Copy this. PHR. And then info.info. There you go. So basically what we are doing here is with PHAR access the zip file, and within the zip file, the info file, and basically the service is attaching the PHP extension and loading the extension, the PHP info. Yeah, I know this part is a little bit, tricky, but I was able to reach this after a lot of hours of trying, try and error. So, and reading a lot of posts and so on. So I was able to get into this. So the next movement will be basically trying to, let's say, get a reverse shell. So I would highly recommend reverse shell generator, where we can basically have all the payloads you want. And the one I like is this one, the IBAN one. So we are gonna basically follow the same thing. We are end up this. We are gonna set up our netcat listener. Our netcat listener should be running. Okay, now it's running. We are gonna create our evil.php, copy the reverse shell, zip evil.php, and then we are going again to the place. We can just go back here. Yeah, so we are gonna choose here. Here is our payload. Check. Then here it is. Then we can curl.p done evil forbidden. I need the header would be this if I remember correctly, and then we are going to specify our special header. Okay, not found. It's I'm sure that it was deleted. Yeah. Let's make it again. Check if we refresh here. Okay, copy really quick. Delete this really quick as well. Again, it's quicker than me. Actually, okay, maybe I'm wrong. It's not just maybe, I'm wrong for sure. Yeah, I guess it will be. Yeah, I'm missing the whole point. Is index.php page, and then phr equal. It was like this. The payload. Let me check it. Yeah, it was the done. It was like this. So now I should be able to, yeah, for sure it's already deleted from the server, but let's give it a shot. Um, hmm, this is interesting. Yeah, I'm always having, not always, but this is interesting. Some of when we have this error with our reverse shells, it's basically the way that the shell that I choose, this one, is using a function that is not allowed on the server, basically. Okay, so we are gonna need to mm, find another PHP. We can use this one, for example. This one would be for sure would work, I would say. No, wait. Something we can do better is when we face this, there is something that we can do is let's load our. I have the following tool that I use when I have this problem to identify which functions are, let's say, working on the server. So if we go to hack my tools, I will just open another terminal. Custom scripts. There is check disable functions PHP. So if I do this, basically this script will go through the functions and will tell me which ones are enabled and which ones not. So we are gonna load this. So I'm gonna make a copy. Offensive, check. Make the copy here. We are gonna call it check and check disable and then we are going to here load the checker. Where is check here? We are gonna check it. It's been, so here it is. We are going to use the core. Oh no, wait, I need just to copy this. Then here, check. And in this case, it's called ta-dan. This is only for blah blah. Check disable func. Check. Wait. Let's verify again. Yeah. So that's the issue with this machine, is always deleting the possible payload. So it's not working. Weird. Let's go this. Check disable func. This is only for developers. Again, I don't think I'm putting this wrong. Check disable func. Okay, looks good to me. We are going to do it again. Yeah, this machine, it's really annoying. Uploads, check. Copy this. double slash. Huh. Why is not working? Let's check it on the browser. Here, here. Hmm. Check, check, check. Mm. Hmm. Something is. Oh, why it's not working? Oh, let's see. Check disable funk. It should work, but it doesn't work, right? So I'm going to check again the payload with the info. Check. Then here, here. I will just take this, info, info. Oh wait. It was like this. Now I know why. You know, sometimes I just feel dumb, but I will just duplicate this. Do like this. Check. Here, this was check disable, and now good to go. Yeah, or not. Now everything was deleted. Great. Check. Mm. Check. We check. We verify. Now I can just modify this. Go here. Delete this. And now we are good to go. Oh, nice. Now we have proc open is enabled. So after, I don't know how many tries, now we are able to identify which is the function that will allow us to get a reversion. To speed up all the process, I will show you directly the payload that it works. You can find it really quick on internet. So if we look for proc open reversal, yeah, probably this one would be enough. just try it. But the one I'm gonna use, it's actually this one, rep.php. This would be the one. So I'm gonna use a beam bus basic reverse shell, a TCP one, to be able to get reverse shell executed with proc open. So we are gonna follow the same rep.rep, rep.php. So once it's zipped, we are going to, I will really quick do this to prepare it. So you can see how useful is the script. Will help us to identify really quick what would be the function that is enabled to be able to choose what would be our payload. So I was on here. We are going to do this. I'm gonna prepare already the payload. So rep dot rep, and we would need just to paste the directory name. So once we are here, again, we are gonna choose rep, send it, copy the directory, and the header, yeah, right. There you go. We got our Foothold in our machine. Yay! Honestly, I was already tired of trying the Foothold. This is really complex. This machine is like the category is medium, but honestly, the first time I did it was a pain in the ass, But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's try to finish this machine before we finish the streaming. And yeah, so let's see what's going on around. The button checker, STD access. Let's see which users we have here. Okay. Let's do this. Let's improve our shell. Now we can go to the developer. Oh, nice. We have our... No, we don't have rights to read the flag. But deb, we can read that. So let's go to that. Ooh, nice. Site is up. We have rights to, let's say, execute this, right? Let's try, or let's check what's site is up. Okay, looks like a binary for Linux. Nice. Let's execute the strings to see strings. Site is up. Let's have a quick view of this. Oh, welcome to site is up application. and it executes site is app test.py. So what's this? Yes, app. Yeah, I really hate this. Cuts is app test.py. Enter URL. There is no sanitization here. It's just check the place and works. So since there is no sanitization here, we can actually try to perform command injection. So we are going to execute this. Let's try it. So we are gonna execute site is up. Okay. So really quick view of Python command injection. Okay. Accept. Okay. Let's see if we have payload. For example, an attacker can input the following. So this would be an example of a script that we have on test. So let's try to execute this, right? But instead of this, we are gonna replace open ls, and we are gonna use system to execute a bean bash. Okay, so we are going to import dot system bean bash, and then we are gonna hit enter. Ooh, sweet! We got our first privilege escalation to developer. So we are developers. So now we should be able to check actually the flag, but I'm not going to do that for sure. So now we need to get into root, right? So to try, let's say there is a list or quick list of doing or enumerating privilege escalation, but the first thing I usually do is check the sudo privilege of the user. Opa. So there you go. There is a command that we can execute as sudo that it doesn't require password at all, right? So what we are gonna do is check it. Okay, so not sure if this would be on. Yeah, I'm sure, really. If we go in, we can check it here. Go here. This is a website. It's a really great resource. I will suggest you to, put it in favorites. We are gonna try to find easy install. So here is easy install. We can do click on it, and then we have a way of perform privilege escalation depending of how or which kind of things we have. So we have sudo privileges, and it should explain as keep in mind. Okay, so wait, is install. sudo functions. Okay, we can try to do this. I don't like the way it doesn't match my notes. So we are gonna try to find something quick. Is install pbesc. This is really interesting because it doesn't fit. I'm sure that I based my notes on GTFO beans, but somehow it doesn't match mine. Now I guess they did some kind of update. Not sure. Yeah, so basically the way that I have to do it would be this next one. So we are gonna execute the following commands. Done. So this second command is the same, but we are missing the first one. Honestly, I don't know why. And then we execute a sudo the tool. So when we execute sudo on the tool, we are gonna basically be root. Right, so we were able to basically yeah, we were basically able to get root. And yeah, and somehow use easy install to execute our shell as root. But now I'm curious. So what I want to do is to check again. So we are gonna try actually the command that it says here. No. Yeah, I think, I don't know why, actually doesn't work. Yeah, actually, I don't know. I know that I used this source to be able to, you know, exploit it. But yeah, so we keep this in mind. So we can do it again. And exploit it. And then execute. And then there you go. We can go to root. So guys, this is one machine that honestly is not one of my favorite ones. I think it's good. The difficulty of this machine would be equal, not equal of course, but really close to the OSCP in some cases, because you need to correlate information and somehow struggle a little bit. But it's not my favorite. I don't enjoy that much like website exploitation and so on. I prefer more active directory Windows machines and Linux when they are not really related to web exploitation and they are related more to service exploitation. As you can see, the web exploitation is not my biggest quality or skill, but yeah, I try to go through it and learn or take notes, and in the end of the day have it on my checklist, because in the end, even if I'm not like really good on web pen testing, I will be able to go through an application and identify the patterns and try to replicate the same scenario. that I worked on a CTF or a hack the box machine. So I think it's very important to practice 2 CTF, 2 machines, and repeat and clean up your nodes and keep up to date the nodes. Then once you face any issue or something on a real engagement, you will be able basically to customize the payload that you used on your CTF or a machine, or whatever thing you do. And finally, in the end, be able to exploit that vulnerability, or at least to report it, and with a good payload. So guys, this is not the best live streaming. It is what it is. In the end, after too many hours or a lot of hours trying to do cybersecurity, and after the after working, getting here and doing some streaming sometimes will be hard. I know that it's just 1 month doing this, but man, it's heavy as fuck. But it's okay. So I guess, guys, you enjoyed this streaming. I hope you can use this as write-up or whatever thing you want to do. If you don't have anything clear, please let me know. Reach me in the comments or anywhere. So I hope you like it. So see you soon, and see you next week, Wednesday, with more Hack the Box machines. Bye bye.